friends, this is again Moin from Rizwan's Kitchen, and today I have with me my little chef here who is learning to cook some Reshmi Kebab and show you how that is done. His name is Farhan. Farhan, can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hi. So today my son and I are going to show you, by the way, he's the future chef of Rizwan's Kitchen. So we are gonna show you how to make Reshmi Kebabs on the grill. Stay tuned. Okay friends, so now our little chef Farhan and Moin are back here from Rizwan's Kitchen, and we're gonna show you how to make Reshmi Kebabs on the grill. And for that we're using about 1 pound of ground beef here. Now this is the lean ground beef that we're using, and as everybody knows, if you want to make kebabs, there's got to be a good mixture of fat and meat. So a lot of people usually use about 70%, 70 to 30 ratio, so 30% fat, 70% meat. But we're not using that here today, and I'll show you how you can get by and not have to use that 70-30 ratio. So a few things that I'm going to put in here first. Now I have, for about 1 pound of beef, I have half. I took a full onion, chopped it in half, and this is what I have, is the half of the onion chopped. And I put a few green peppers in there just because we like it a little bit spicier. You do not have to do that if you don't want to. So we'll just take that and put right here in the ground beef. Now one thing you want to make sure is that you perform this step if you're only going to make the kebabs right away. You are going to leave out the onions and the chilies here if you're going to marinate the meat with the spices. That means because we don't want any water in the meat, and onions leave water, so we want to make sure we add the onion when we're making it right away. And for the spices, I have just red chilies here, the red chili powder here. I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of red chili powder. And you can use less if you'd like, but this is how we would want it. If you don't have the green chilies, you might want to use a little bit more to give it that spiciness, but less if you'd like, less spicy. So we use that, and then I am going to take about the same for turmeric. I'm going to use the turmeric here, about 1 teaspoon of turmeric here, and I'm going to mix it here with the meat right away. Now all of these spices that I'm adding here, the red chilies, the turmeric here, and a couple of more that I'm going to add, you'll add that first before you add your onions and chilies, if you're going to just marinate the meat with the spices. And then when you're ready to cook, then you'll add the onions and the chilies. But since we're going to make this right away, I'm just adding everything right away. And then to that, we're going to use a little bit, about 1 teaspoon of the dried mango powder. Now if you do not have the dried mango powder, you don't have to use this. We use this just to get a little bit of that sourness in the meat. And if you don't have that, you don't have to use it. You could just at the end add some lemon juice to the meat, and you'll get the same type of flavor. So about 1 tablespoon here of the dried mango powder, and salt. Now that's just we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon here, but if you want to add more, that's fine. This is just to your taste. So if you don't want to add any, that's fine too. So we'll add that, and then once again we have some of these red crushed chili peppers that you can get again for from when you order your pizza. You get some red chili peppers. You can use that, but we'll use about 1 teaspoon of that. in here. And then what I have here is about 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste mixed. So what I did was I chopped up a few garlic and some ginger. We grinded it and turned it into a paste, and I'll just take that and dump that here. So this is about a little over 1 tablespoon, but safe to say it's 1 tablespoon. So dump that in there. So now we have that out of the way, and once again I'm going to add about half a Roma tomato that is chopped. And once again, this and the onions you will add last if you are going to be marinating your meat, let's say overnight or for a couple of hours. These are the last ingredients you would put after, right when you're ready to cook, because they do leave water and you do not want that. So you want this to be dry. So we'll put that in there real quick, in there. And then what I have here is about 1 tablespoon of wheat flour that I'm going to put in the meat. And I have 1 tablespoon of rice flour. That's rice flour that I'm going to put in here. And then I have 1 tablespoon of corn flour that I'm going to put in here. Now, if you don't have any of these 3 different types of flours, I have made this with just 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, so you can go ahead and do that if you don't have those 3 different types of flour, so that would be just fine. And then in 1 pound meat, I'm going to use 1 egg, and then just a handful of cilantro. Now you can put parsley in there too if you want, but I prefer cilantro, so I'll put that in here. As you can see how nice green, and it's already looking so tasty, but wait until we put this on the skewers. Now, in the beginning I mentioned that we used very lean meat here, about 93% meat and 7% fat. Because we just we don't want to use that 70-30 ratio of meat and fat. So in order to because if that's the secret of kebabs. I mean, every time you're having kebabs, you know that there's a lot of fat in there, because without that, these will just fall off the skewers, and then you will just not be able to have a good kebab. So now, since we're using the lean meat, what I have done is I've taken about how you get the boxes of butter in the grocery store. I took a whole stick, I chopped about 4 pieces, and I used one of the pieces and just put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and I'm going to put that in here. Now that's again to add some sort of fat in here, just so the skewers don't come off of the grill, and your kebab stays intact pretty much. You add some butter here. Now, if you don't have to do that if you're using 70-30 ratio on the meat versus fat. So now we have everything in here. We're just gonna use our hands and then mix it really well. And I'm telling you, this right here with all the spices and everything, this is really smelling amazing right now. And it's not even cooked. So let's just move that in there. Mama, did you see this? That's tasty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we gonna make that on the grill?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you.
You're going to help me. You're already helping me, buddy. Thank you so much for your help.
I'm going to make a barbecue.
You're gonna do a barbecue with Dad.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? Good
and
job.
I'm gonna be a brother and a big brother to make barbecue.
And you're gonna be a big brother soon. Good. Well, that's a good thing. You're excited about that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm going to do something. I'm going to be a big boy to make barbecues. I can make my.
Okay. So let me talk on the camera here for a second, okay? Thank you, Baba. So as you can see, we have all of our spices mixed up here. Now the next step would be to just put them on the skewers and throw it on the grill. And you're gonna have some nice kebabs. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. Okay friends, we're back. So now the mixture we had, I do want to point out that we did have to add about 3 tablespoons of additional wheat flour because, you know, as I was explaining things, you know, and that's so important, you know, the water from the onions and the tomatoes really starts coming out, and that's just when, you know, your meat doesn't then stick to the skewers. So then again, you know, I had to add about 3 more tablespoons of the wheat flour, and then we were able to mix that up really nice, and then made our skewers here that I'm just gonna throw on the grill. And you know, I'm gonna take a little bit of oil when this is on the grill, and I'll, you know, brush it a little bit here and there, but we'll show you that step too once we get on this the grill outside. It did get dark outside, and I have a little bit of light here, so hopefully we'll still be able to show you what I'm doing on the grill. Thank you. Hello friends, so we're out here now with our kebabs. The grill is on and it is at 500 degrees here, so it's hot. My little chef here is helping me out with the light here since we don't have a lot of light, so a big thank you to Farhan for showing us the light. Thank you, buddy. So we'll open this up here. Like I said, I have I ordered 2 of these little pieces of metal here that are really good for the grill, so I have one here, one there, and I'm just gonna pick up this skewer and I am going to place it on here and let the kebabs cook. Yep, so just like that, place it on here. Now you gotta maneuver a little strategically here because it might fall. So basically they're gonna just sit there and cook, and once the bottom side is cooked, I'll flip around, brush it up with a little bit of oil, and that's just about it. So it's a pretty easy recipe. If you, like I said, if you don't have some of the spices, you know, you just be creative. You know, one of the mission at Rizwan's Kitchen is to inspire other people to be creative in their kitchens. And like I said, if the meat is falling off the skewers or anything like that, just, you know, you can add all-purpose flour to it or whatever, or just maybe get meat that has a higher content of fat, and that way, you know, you just avoid adding any flour, and your skewers are going to be intact. Okay, so once we have the kebabs done, we'll be right back. Okay friends, so I'm back now. What I just wanted to show you this step. I know the last time we cut, I told you that I would be back when the kebabs are done, but I just wanted to show you this here. So, you know, the skewers are big, and I still have the cover here on the grill, and if I lift this up here, as you can see, they're starting to get done now. They're starting to look pretty good. I don't know if you can see that with the light, but I just flipped that. I just flipped the kebabs here, and I'm gonna brush that up with some little bit of oil here, just so you know it's smooth, and these are already smelling so good. And we're gonna keep cooking like this. You know, it takes a little bit because, you know, they're directly not on the grill, so it takes a little bit for them to cook. But, you know, I always believe that slow cooking meat is the best. So we just have that covered now. We're gonna see they're starting to sizzle down here, and you know, so that's just, yeah, we'll just turn that around and leave it in there for about, you know, probably I would say you know, for about another 20 minutes. They'll cook like this, and then I'll flip them over and probably keep them there for about another 15 minutes. So it's gonna be a good taste. It does take a little while for these to cook just because we're slow cooking it. But then again, like I said, you know, once they're done and you have them on your dish with a fresh piece of naan or rice, they're gonna be fantastic. So it's a wait that's worth it's worth the wait. Let's just put it that way. It's worth the wait. Thank you. Hello friends, this is again Moin back from Rizwan's kitchen with my little guy here, Farhan. Can you say hi, Farhan?
Hi.
Hi. How delicious are these?
Very good.
Very good. Okay, yep. We spent some time here. It took us about 40 minutes to get these guys done here. We can have our rice plates set here with some naan bread, and we're just gonna very slowly. These are still fresh off the grill here, so you want to make sure you don't burn yourself, and then really gently just squeeze them out of the skewers here. Oh my God, these are looking fantastic. So the skewers is out, the kebabs are in, and this is gonna be one incredible dinner. And I do want to mention, I want to thank my wife who's taking this video here. She's taken all of our videos, and I just wanted to give her a shout out. She's done a fantastic job. At times I just worry so much about food that I don't really pay attention to the quality of the videos, and I kind of ramble on at times, but that's okay. She's done a great job. As you can see, this one is kind of breaking apart, but that's okay because it's just gonna happen sometimes, and we're gonna cut these in half anyway. So but the meat is done, the kebabs are done, and one of my favorite things to do here once this is done is that I will take this chili relish sauce. You can find this in any Indian store. They also have garlic relish and all kinds of different flavor, but this is my favorite. And I'll just take scoop up a spoon of the relish here, and then I will just set it right here in the middle. And as I'm having this dish, I'm just gonna have it like this. You just need a fork, your hands, and just mix it up and enjoy. So again, this is Moin from Rizwan's kitchen. Today we showed you how to make Reshmi beef kebabs, and these are, they're very easy to make. The spices that I showed you that you put in there are very common spices everywhere. Now I do understand this might not be the same way as other people make it, and that's fine. Everybody has their own recipes on how they make things, but this is the one way that I found to be very delicious, very tasteful, and it only takes a few spices. So once again, thank you for watching our video here. Please do subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Once again, this is Moin with my buddy here, Farhan, signing off. Bye-bye.